a lot of people didn't know that, for example, just hiring a freelancer who is, yes, like in Ukraine right now, but still can work, it's something that can really help a lot. So yeah, just direct help to people when the help needs to be provided fast. I think that's also some kind of a measure that we are taking right now. So on nft.resex.com, some of the artists donated their artworks, and some of the creators are just worked on it to distribute. So all help goes back to them. We already purchased like computers, all this kind of things for them to help to create, and we see that it makes people happy and kind of encourage them to stay up and stay strong.
So you guys talked a lot about nonprofits, right? And we're kind of in this mix of worlds of Web3 and Web2, and most of nonprofits in Web2. So when you say you're donating to charities and things like that, there are some that accept maybe Ethereum and some that don't. So how do you go about these boundaries? Because you want to give back to social good, but some of them are so antiquated, they don't know how to accept that kind of currency. So do you have any advice, or how have you been going around doing that?
Between that and what you guys did today, I literally just been sitting here like creating a project in my head. There's a need for an NFT project that brings artists and developers and marketers and everyone's different skill set, and get them in a space like this and give them access to that community where they're building together for charities to do the greater good. So it's not necessarily a charity trying to figure out how to become Web3, but just everyone embracing each other.
So during Art Basel, we were approached by Sean Penn's 501c3 Core Response. They had never done anything in the crypto space. They're having this big gala at Miami Beach House, and they said, "Can you help us?" So we got on with their CFO. They configured a Coinbase wallet, and during the gala, they took us like a selfie picture, kind of like that famous one from Twitter, and it auctioned for like $200,000. We helped them do the smart contract, and all of that went to COVID relief in Latin America. So that's one example. There are companies like Giving Block, which also can help nonprofits that are looking for help on how to start accepting crypto. And actually, there's a company I invested in called Pledge, which is actually based here in LA, and they enable nonprofits to raise during Zoom calls. Like you can just basically start donating during Zoom, and they just started accepting crypto. And so they're definitely looking for more nonprofits that need help. And if you do any type of fundraiser like over Zoom, you can accept crypto. I'm gonna go forward.
I'm not 100% on the name, but I know that there is platforms out there that allow nonprofits to sign up and create like a wallet for them, and give like an easy place for people to donate. So I know that one of the board members I'm working with my nonprofit, she's got all that set up for us. I'm just spaced on the name right now. But another way that we're also working to give people a way to help out is creating NFT projects with the kids, and giving them real world projects, putting this out in the world, and giving them I feel you make stuff at school when you're a kid, and then your parents get to enjoy it, but imagine if those kids could make some cool projects and have some direction behind it, and actually does something for where they're going to school every day, and their school gets better and better and better the more that they work, and now they're learning at a young age these beautiful things that can help them later on. So I think that's just an easy way for that to work.
Yeah, so I'm hearing a lot of really good answers about collaborating with people that are already in Web3 and onboarding, and also in the youth and educating. Some of the youth are even better than the adults, and sometimes you have 80-year-old adults that are saying, hey, maybe you do this, and they have so much wisdom, right? They don't have the tech savvy, but they're saying, from my life experience, this is what you could do to make a change. So these are really great answers of that whole scope. So we kind of know a little bit where you guys are now, but I want to go back a little bit to where you guys are from, because it's not quite an easy journey in the Web3 space. You have to get over those barriers of learning the tech, learning the lingo, maybe being a woman, that's just a barrier in itself, a person of color, finance, you have to pay to play, you have to pay the gas fees just to be in this space. So let's rewind a bit, and again, we can jump in any order. Maybe what was a barrier that you had to overcome that you're really proud of, that you can now be the person you are today?
Before NFTs, I never collected my friends' artwork, and now I collect all my friends' artwork and support them because they deserve all the flowers that I deserve. So if I got enough love to spread, I'm gonna keep spreading it. Something that like I kind of, like a lot of artists when they first get into NFTs, they kind of like, they think that like their NFT is gonna sell because it's an NFT, and they're just like, oh, like, I'm gonna make this thing and it's gonna sell because it's an NFT. Well, they get discouraged, and like I kind of went through that same moment, but you gotta just keep creating. Like it's just like the real world. It's just like putting paintings out in the real world and any kind of artwork out in the real world. You know, it's not all gonna stick, but if you just stick to your craft and keep creating and getting better and better, like you give the world no reason to say that you're a great artist.
Okay, I'll go next. Can I ask the audience, can you raise your hand? Thank you. Did you have any famous PFP, like blue chip NFTs? A lot of you? Oh, a lot. Wow. Cool. Any of those are like female faces of the PFPs or not? Oh, some. Now it's getting, I guess, getting more of those. But actually, what I found is that, yeah, it's a space where still the male domination is happening, and that's why we're really excited to bring something that will speak to the female audience as well, and will help to onboard female audience into Web3 world, which is of course fashion, and fashion is a visual language that people speak. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of part of the mission to bring more women and girls into the space and to encourage them being active through this kind of visual language that they always speak in the physical world life. Of course, fashion is for everyone. But again, when you say fashion, first thing people kind of bring up is some kind of a dress or some kind of brand, designer clothing items. So yeah, that's kind of bridging these two things, and I think it's still a challenge. It's still not not there, but we are on the way.
I said I probably spent about 15 years of my career more in the Web 2 space, and I think a big difference with Web3 is just, and maybe it's being founder of a company, but just how on I am. Like, I am on Discord, I'm on Twitter, like all the time. Like, I feel like if I sleep, I wake up, I check it right away, and I don't think I've overcome it yet, but I think it's really trying to find some work-life balance and mental health. And I mean, we've hired community managers, but I'm even at this conference of what's happening in Discord right now, what am I missing out on? So I don't know, it's definitely something that I'm still trying to figure out the right answer to. I haven't figured it out, that's a challenge.
Totally. On that topic too, work-life balance. So, I mean, it sounds like you're on Twitter. It sounds like it's a drug. I'm on Twitter. I feel that, we all go through that. No matter what level you are of an artist or an educator, we all go through that. And that's the funny part. We think that the biggest artists only go through that. But even the community managers go through that burnout. So what have you guys been doing to, maybe you haven't figured out yours yet, but I want to throw this question out to you, to balance your mental health?
I work out every morning all of a sudden. Before I started doing NFTs, I was just working so hard, painting so hard, and you know, I started getting fat, I was drinking beer, all this shit, and like now I'm like I want to make sure my vessel can last forever, or last long as it can. So, you know, I'm taking vitamins, I'm waking up and going to work out, and just kind of like make sure I'm, you know, paying attention to like what's going in and out of my body. And, you know, I think that that's really important to like be, you know, physically and mentally prepared for anything. You gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready in any situation.
I was just gonna say really quick. When I first started, I thought I had to do it all. I thought I had to be on Twitter, on Discord. I mean, I have 3 kids. I have a marriage like almost 15 years. But it got really hard, and I wasn't sleeping, and I was, you know, on Discord really late at night because that's when the cool shit happens. Like, you know, you can get that project before anyone else, and you're getting the alpha, and it's an addiction. It's an addiction, and you have to go into it knowing that you have to create balance. So for me, it was learning to ask for help, and instead of, you know, hey, I want to do this educational thing, I'm going to teach people, I'm going to film the show, and writing, producing, directing, like paying for it, like doing all the things. I'm like, I can ask for help, and people want to help because they share my vision, and allowing people to build a community around you and just embrace you, and everyone put their skill and their value and for the better of the entire community. Ask for help. Like, this is a space where you don't have to do it all. Like, we can all shoulder the burden and make a better future. So
I second that. That's
And just to add to your point that having help in different time zones, it's like really helps. Having team in different time zones, so it's just healthy for everyone who is on board, who is participating. You don't have to stay up late, and you don't have to make someone else staying up late or starting too early. So just be inclusive with work with people from all over the world. That's really helps.
Yeah, I think piggybacking on what you're saying, I mean, we have this incredible community at On-Chain Monkey, and we have an audience here who are, you know, big volunteers who do a lot of stuff and help us tremendously. And so definitely like getting help from them. And then also just like personally, I have a 2-year-old, and she's, you know, I put my phone down and I just hang out with her like for large blocks of time, and especially on the weekends. So that definitely keeps me present and more grounded.
Amazing. Yeah, we really do need that balance, and knowing all of this, right? You folks, everyone here, everyone beyond here that we can't see working hard, I want to kind of put that into a couple of sentences to tell us now presently, if you could describe your current project that you want to share with the listeners here today. 2 sentences, and we'll start with Corey Vannon.
welcome to the start of my next chapter.
Okay, Amanda?
On-Chain Monkey is the first profile pic collection, all on-chain in a single transaction, and our mission is to empower communities to be catalysts for positive collective action. Woo!
It's a long one. Informative. Go ahead.
Okay, I will go ahead. So it's short. Fashion for peace. Don't shop less, shop digital fashion, and start building your meta closet. All together are in one project.
That was very on brand. I want to buy some digital clothes right after this. Casey, you got yours? I know this is a high pressure question.
Right? Just talk too much. 2 sentences.
Do your best.
I'm nervous. Payments Meta is an educational platform where everyone is welcome, no one should feel intimidated, and there is no stupid question. So whatever your journey in the space is, whether it's a creator, an investor, or someone who wants to change the world, I got something for you.
Well, I think that's the time that we have right now. I want to really encourage everyone here to mingle with the speakers up on here as they come down to the floor, ask them about their project, give them some time beyond 2 sentences. I hope you guys really enjoyed learning about them. I want you to also share back with them what you're doing, because together you might have something that overlaps. You know, they might be needing something that you offer. So every time you offer something, give something, and receive something. Don't be afraid to receive something as well. So thank you all for coming up here, and thank you folks for listening.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, 1, 2, and all right, one more. Great, great, great.
That's so cool.